A little sassy. Y'all are probably wondering why it's 5 after and we haven't even started yet. You know, you're like, man, these paramedics, it's like we wait on the ambulance to show up, and it's like we can't even get them to show up on time for a courting. We had one that got lost, but he has been found and rescued. He'll be here shortly, so. If I had a nickel for every time this class wanted to have fun with each other, I'd be a rich man. All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the paramedic courting ceremony for the 2024-2025 Great Bend Grandview Plaza cohort. It's an honor to be here today, not just as the director of EMS education, but as someone who's had the privilege of seeing now several classes walk this road. Each one brings its own energy, it has its own challenges, and it brings its own legacy. This class is no different. They've carved their place here, and today we celebrate that. Over the past 16 months, you have taken on one of the most difficult training journeys we offer. Classroom hours, clinical rotations, field internship, skills testing, scenarios, and more acronyms than most people ever care to know. But through it all, you've shown what it takes to wear that gold patch and hold the title paramedic, that carries weight. Not just because of what you've learned to do, but because of who you are becoming. Being a paramedic means stepping into people's worst days, bringing order, calm, and action, but being a leader in EMS goes even further. It's not just about managing a scene or running a call. True paramedic leadership is often quiet. It's about how you carry yourself when no one's watching, how you shape the culture of your crew, how you make space for learning and improvement even when things go sideways. It's about setting the tone, not just following it. Sometimes leadership is stepping up first. Other times, it's stepping back so others can grow. It's about turning pain into purpose and chaos into clarity. And it's in those moments that your influence starts to reach beyond the call and into the profession itself. Every choice you make in the field, every time you speak up, teach, or support someone else, you're shaping the future of EMS. So to our students, I'm proud of you. This wasn't easy, and that's the point. You've earned the right to be here today, and more importantly, you've earned the trust that comes with this responsibility. To the families and loved ones, thank you. You've been the foundation, offering support, encouragement, and probably a little tough love now and then. You help carry them here. And to our faculty, preceptors, and clinical partners, thank you for never settling for good enough. Your standards and your mentorship are what turns students into professionals. This program succeeds because of you. As we move through today, know this. Some of you already have jobs, potential job offers. Some of you are still finding your direction, and that's okay. Whether the next steps are clear or still unfolding, what matters is that you keep climbing. The journey isn't over. It's just getting started. You made it to the summit. Now look ahead, because there's another mountain waiting. So congratulations, class of 2025. Remember to lead with heart, inspire change, and make a difference. As we mark this milestone, it's important to recognize that none of this happens in a vacuum. Behind every successful program are the people who keep the wheels turning, the vision moving, and the standards high. At this time, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge and introduce some of our key leaders and administrators who continue to support EMS education here at Barton, and whose work often happens behind the scenes, but with whose impact is felt every day. So, our president, Dr. Marcus Garstecki. Elaine Simmons, Vice President of Instruction. Dr. Kathy Kottas, Dean of Workforce Training and Community Education. Chris Baker, Executive Director of Health Care and Public Service Education. Angie Maddie, Vice President of Student Services. Mary Foley, Executive Director of Agricultural Industry and Education. And I could keep going and have more and more people stand up in the room, but we all know that there are more people that help this come together than just those individuals and the people here at Barton. It is a family, so we make those things happen. So, with that being said, before we have our student speaker come up, I thought it was only right that we acknowledge a group of professionals. Professionals that helped you get here. The guys that, here it is. Give me a second. Whoever got the bet for today, you won. So, the guys who behind every class, clinical, every do it again. Here you are. Jesse Schreiner, EMS Programming Specialist. Please stand up. Andrew Hartzell, Lead Paramedic Instructor. Jay Holmes, EMS Instructor. And Logan Higbee, EMS Clinical Coordinator. Little side note, this is going off script, but about every recording that I have, someone takes out a bet on if Nick is going to get passionate enough and he's going to go to tears. It's just who I am, so I apologize for that. But with that being said, our student speaker is someone I've known for quite a while, going back to the days in Ford County. From day one, Brian has been all in. I remember the time we're sitting on an interview on the Zoom meeting, and he says, "Fellas, I'm ride or die for Barton." That level of loyalty and passion is rare. It's been backed up every step of the way. Brian has come a long way, not just in skill, but in leadership. I don't know why today is harder than others. Today, he's serving his community in a big way as the director of EMS at Gray County. We could be prouder of his impact. His big heart, sharp mind, and just enough stubbornness to get the job done right. With that, Brian McGrew, the 2025 student speaker.
Afternoon, folks. Mine's a little quicker. I don't have too much to say. Okay. Where it is basically, guys, now he's going to make me do it. Thank you, everybody, okay, from the deepest of our hearts. We can't do it without our family, folks. We were not there for 16 months. We were getting pounded with education. We were getting pounded with FIs. And just absolutely overloaded. If we didn't have a good home to come home to, what's the point in doing this? But we're happy to do it, and we will always do it, okay? So starting off, the ones that I name off are the ones that I dealt with the most. There's other instructors that are here that were part of the other campus that I didn't get to deal with a whole lot. But first and foremost, our flock leader, our dear fearless leader, Mr. Larmer. We go back to when he was in Ford County on the streets, and I was on the streets, but I was way, way younger in my streets. We worked plenty of calls together. We've had handfuls together, so we've seen it. So to come here and to pass on his knowledge and the alma mater that we share together back in Southwest Kansas, I couldn't ask for more. Thank you for making us focus on the smaller details that we have done throughout everything. Okay? Big round of applause for these guys. So, well, 24, 25 class, we're here. You have voluntarily made yourself to the tip of the spear, folks. Glad to be there with you. I had a great 16 months, and I hope everybody else did too. So in doing this, there's a couple of things that I think we all need to remember as in a day-to-day thing or just a paramedic class, okay? It's three basic things that I try to follow by. Never forget where you come from, okay? You guys remember what it was like in FIs, and you're running with these guys that are up here, treating you like you're down here, but we're all equal. Always stay humble. Remember where you come from. Number two, set an example. Don't be the example. I've had my fair share of disciplinary action, as we all have. So I have learned the hard way. Most of my career is learned the hard way. So please set the example. Don't be the example. Remember where we come from and what we do. Okay, guys? Everybody looks up to us. We're the only ones that do what we do, and everybody smiles in their worst time when we're there. We're not the police. Okay? All right. Number three, Do everything like you would do anything. If you're going to get up in the morning and brush your teeth every morning, do that. But if you're going to take grandma that tipped over versus the 5-car pileup, you remember to treat grandma with as much time and patience as you treat the 5-car pileup. Everybody deserves your best. 100. When you get in the end zone, act like you've been there before. Don't overdo it. Don't puff your chest out. Okay? I learned that the hard way also. Remember, show compassion. That's what we're here for. We are the compassionate. We are at the end. When everybody sees us, we see them at their worst. So show compassion, no matter what it is. From the guy that calls 50 times for the hangnail, from the worst call that you've ever seen in your life, always show compassion. All right. I got it. I didn't cry. Good luck in the future, folks. Thank you.
Brian, nobody took a bet out on anybody, but they all. Up next, I want to introduce someone who's come full circle in this program. Jessie Schreiner started out as one of her own. He was a Barton EMT, AEMT, and finally a paramedic graduate who stood out not just for his work ethic, but for how deeply he believed in what we do here. He's someone who's always bled blue. Now we're lucky to have him. Jessie Schreiner.
I'm also going to try to get through this without tearing up. So, good afternoon, everyone. It is an honor to speak to you today, not just as a staff member, but as someone who has walked this path, felt its weight, and seen the kind of grit and grace it takes to earn the title of paramedic. Today, as these graduates receive their paramedic cords, you will see something that might look simple at first glance, just a cord, twisted threads, nothing flashy. But if you know what it represents, it is everything. This cord symbolizes strength, but not the kind that stands alone. This is woven strength, the kind that forms when individuals, each with their own struggles, stories, and scars, are braided together into something more powerful than they could ever be alone. Because every single thread can only carry so much. It frays, it fails under pressure, but together threads become a cord, a bond, and a lifeline. That's what this class has become. Over the past year, they didn't just learn how to start IVs or read EKGs, they learned how to hold each other up. They learned that the person next to you might be your anchor on the hardest day. They become more than classmates. They become a cord. But let me be clear, cords can unravel too, not from pressure, but from pride. When we cut others down, when we isolate, when we compete instead of support, we don't become stronger, we weaken that bond. We damage the very thing that holds this profession together. But when we lift each other up, when we add strands instead of tearing them out, our collective strength multiplies. That's what makes a great medic. Not just skill, but character. And that leads me to something I hope you never forget. No matter what, wherever this career takes you, always remember yourself after a bad call. The way you lead by example, even when no one is watching. That shapes the culture of this profession. So today, this cord isn't just a celebration of what you've completed. It's a challenge to, and with the understanding that we are always stronger together. Congratulations, class of 2025. Your cord is just beginning, and the world is held stronger by your thread.
Thank you.
All right, we can go eat. Just kidding. I like to eat. Is that clear? I don't know. Oh, it's something we've all been waiting for, this moment, this culmination of everything that you have worked your tails off for. It's time to honor all that effort you have expended in order to earn that gold patch, and it's time to honor you with a cord only given to medical professionals. I will call your names, and you may come up to receive your cord. But in the meantime, I'm going to have my staff come up here. Andrew, if you will go ahead and put yourself in the position to don the cords. Bailey Dower Cable, Russell County EMS. Daniel Hernandez, Dickinson County EMS.
Hey, my bad. They haven't saved the best for last. So. Yeah, needs that. Don't get your water.
Timothy.
2 years ago.
Timothy Corby, Ellsworth County EMS. Brian McGrew, Gray County EMS. We have a couple people who are not here with us today, but Patrick Nemec with Great Bend Fire and EMS, if I could get a round of applause. As well as Cody Wells, Great Bend Fire EMS. Tiffany Peters, Gray County EMS. This next one I had to do a double take because I didn't know him by his actual name. I knew him by DJ, but David DJ Porter, Norton County EMS. Can I make fun of you anymore, Matt? Matthew Rushton, Norton County EMS. All right. Congratulations, Great Bend Grandview Plaza Paramedic graduating class of 2025. Thank you all for joining us today and celebrating their accomplishments of our paramedic students. Graduates, you and your instructional staff, we're going to take pictures here in just a minute. Everyone else, you're welcome to join us for a meal in T138. And I do have a couple ladies that will be walking back over to T138 to lead you that direction. You guys are dismissed.